Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. Listen, I didn't record an episode yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday, and I don't know if you guys know, but I'll tell you, Saturdays are usually the best days for me to record. I know that when I started the podcast, I said that I was going to strive for 3 days a week. Well, as y'all can see, life happened, and 3 days a week just ain't happening. So I can promise at least 1 day a week, and usually I upload new material on Saturday. So that said, the next thing I want to say to you guys is, listen, if you are navigating to my YouTube channel, please don't judge me. Please don't judge me. I am working on it. It is definitely a work in progress, and I will tell you, it is not an easy work. So, yeah, that's what's going on with the YouTube. So please be patient. I am trying to upload new material. I'm trying to make sure the quality of the video is acceptable for this platform, blah, blah, blah. It's coming along, so just keep going, popping in and out. So I am still working on it. Don't give up on me yet. Please don't judge me. But one thing I can guarantee is that I will have a new podcast episode uploaded at least once a week. So that I can do. Moving forward, I guess I should go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Miss L. This is The Altered Image, the unfiltered truth. And today is Sunday, y'all. And I'm going to tell you, today's topic is going to be the selfishness of society, y'all. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been watching the news, okay? And this whole government shutdown, that thing right there is bothering me. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to talk about the government because, listen, this is not a conversation about the government. They're going to do what they're going to do, so that is that. But I do want to talk about how is it okay that folks can shut down, an institution, let's call it that, and the working middle class are the ones that are impacted the most, and society just keeps on going. Like, at what point in society did we say that it's okay to treat human beings like this? Now, this podcast episode is a rant. And I'll go ahead and keep it very real. I'm ranting, you all. I'm sharing some thoughts about how selfish people can be in our society. One of the things that I have to do as a high school teacher is, of course, I got to listen to my kids, right? I mean, of course, I'm with them all day. And teenagers by nature have a very selfish mentality. They can't help it. I mean, they're trying to discover themselves within a chaotic world. So we can go ahead and give them that. That said, you guys, one of the things that I find so interesting about the selfishness of people, and in this case, teenagers, is that there's a very nonchalant attitude attached to that selfish mindset. Like this whole, I don't care, I don't give a, you know what it is, mentality seems to be the norm in our society. And I'm a very liberal person, so I know that this may seem like a traditional mindset, and I guess it is if you consider it from a traditional value. But there is a such thing as just being kind to humankind. You know what I mean? I don't know, and I'm very confused very often by how comfortable we've gotten as a society to just really treat people like shit. And I'm just going to keep it like that. For my students who are listening to me, listen, do what I say, not what I do. This is bad diction, so you know how we feel about that. Moving on, y'all. That was a side note to my students. But if my students are listening, moving forward, this is for all of us. We need to get to a place where we are comfortable, where it is almost something that we don't even think about. When we show a bit of kindness to someone else, and that kindness speaks to the selfishness of society, because it kind of balances all the mess and the chaos and the negativity that we're confronted with on a daily basis. We got to balance that, because that's just too much negative roaming around inside of our energy, inside of society. We got to do something about that. We got to change our mindset, y'all. Now, I don't know as a collective what that looks like and how that happens. I don't have the answer to that question. I know I don't know. That's what I know. But emphatically, what I do know is that if we continue moving forward in a society whereby we feel ultra comfortable by being self-absorbed, and inside of a mindset, excuse me, you guys, the flu, all the things. I don't have the flu, but I yell a lot also in school, so I'm always hoarse. Forgive me for that side note again. But moving forward, if we continue down the trajectory as we are as a society, whereby we just continue with this selfish mindset, we're going to find ourselves in a place where that type of normalcy is not going to be conducive to the continuation of happiness within mankind. I know that's a mouthful, but y'all, I mean that. If our ultimate goal is to be happy, right? Let's just break it down and make it make sense. Our ultimate goal is to be happy. Whether we want to or not, we're inside of this space with each other. That's something that's never going to change. How we get along with each other, interact with each other, communicate with each other, all of these things are important, and they connect to our ability to be happy. So, how do we get in front of all of that negative mess? Well, I've discovered, you all, there is a superpower in just being kind for real. Because, you know what? I'm going to tell you what it is. Here's your what. The superpower in being kind promotes another superpower, and that superpower is trust. When you exhibit kindness on a day-to-day basis in front of people who see you every day, you really show them that it is safe to trust you. And when you present yourself as a person who is safe to be trusted, there's something real magical that happens in that moment. So that little bit of kindness that you provide to that person who now trusts you trickles down from you to that person. Now that person is going to go throughout their day feeling a little bit lighter, feeling like their load is not as heavy or their burden is not as heavy, because they now know that they have someone that they can trust, that they can confide in about whatever it is that's creating that burden. All of that started with one simple act of kindness. And then it trickles down to another person. Kindness promotes a domino effect of great energy, y'all. So that great energy expands itself to, I got a vocab word that we used the other week. Pervade. It pervades throughout society. That good energy, y'all. Kindness is a superpower. Whatever we present into society is the exact same thing that we're going to get out. I know whether I sound spiritual or logical, at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We want to be all right. We've been talking about all this healing, and healing starts with kindness, because the more kind you are, the more positive feedback you're going to get from those people that you project that kindness upon. And that positive feedback is going to start to make you feel good. It's going to make you start to feel a different kind of way about yourself. You start to look at yourself as a kind person. And when you see yourself in that kind of light, y'all, that is super powerful. And I will tell you right now, you will start popping your collar, because you see yourself as a beam of light. And that within itself is the ultra superpower, because not coming from an arrogant perspective at all. And in fact, when you become a beam of light, you really understand who you are. And as God's child, you understand the assignment. And part of that assignment is implementing kindness, because you then begin to understand that that one act of kindness doesn't stop at that act. That act continues to go on and on and on. And that, for real, you guys, that's how you promote change in society. That's how you promote change, period. It starts with a mindset and then an action. And then you implement that action, share that action, mindset, implement action, and share. And then let that thing move on down the line. You guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this episode just because it ain't a whole lot more to really be said about being kind, and coming from a place of a person who used to be highly self-absorbed, and now understanding that type of narcissistic personality type that I once had, that was grounded in my insecurity because I was so broken. Now that I'm not, I realize that being kind, and even when it's hard, how powerful it still is. Because it doesn't stop at just that one act of kindness. And I've been able to really watch beautiful things happen just out of opening up your heart for just a second to implement a teeny tiny little seed of kindness. So, let's see. I was thinking about a rhyme for you guys before I left you. So I'm going to say this. Y'all, here's your rhyme. You ready? Here you go. Use your kindness to alleviate the blindness. And that blindness, you guys, is the blindness of society and its mindset of it being all about itself, and not knowing and realizing that in order for us to really understand and live in a space and place of happiness, it has to be a collaborative effort. So you got to use your kindness to alleviate their blindness, so we can all get to the same goal. So today, that is it. I was led, I delivered, I hope I touched someone. You guys, I'm going to tell you right now, listen, on Saturdays, let me just go ahead and keep it 100% transparent. Here's some flaws to look forward to. My YouTube channel, some days it's going to be looking bling bling, it's going to be looking fabulous. Some days it's going to be the videos might be blurred, or some type of thing that we need to, tighten up with regard to presentation may need to be applied. So be patient with me with that. Part 2, the second thing to look forward to is your second flaw. You will hear me clearing my throat a lot as I present, or as we talk, or whatever it is that we're doing during our conversation together. Part of that reason is I am very animated and very loud, and I work with a lot of teenagers, and that requires a lot of loudness, and I deliver. So by the time I get to the weekend, my voice is very hoarse. So you'll hear me clearing my voice from time to time. Please, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to keep that at a minimum, but I purposefully, see there, I like the flaws in the podcast episodes that I upload and share with you guys, because it presents me as I am. I am flawed. So these are not edited. Like, as soon as I hit the stop button, it goes in, I add some music and I upload it, and there's the episode for the week. So please forgive some of the flaws that you're going to detect as you listen to me moving forward. But I just want to show up authentic, you guys. That's why I don't edit any of this stuff. Anyways, okay. So there is that. I think I have stamped all the things. I appreciate that you guys are growing with me. I do. I am checking the analytics. I finally am able to say that word correctly. Finally. And I appreciate you guys. So keep dropping in, keep commenting, subscribe, and thanks for listening, you guys. We're right now at 15 minutes, 40 seconds. Whoop-pow! Have a great week, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye. Love you. Mean it. You are with Miss L at the Altered Image, the Unfiltered Truth.